Hey, what's going on today, guys? Hope you're having a great day. Let's get right into the gameplay little commentary. Alright, so this is a pretty good map. I mean, most of the maps in Destiny are pretty good. For the most part, I think, people that play Destiny, at least the player versus player, would probably agree with me. At least, if they are somewhat competent. So, I'm using the Galahad E in this gameplay. I I do enjoy this weapon. The Galahad is not a bad weapon at all. In terms of auto rifles, it's a level 21 or level 20. I mean, it came out. I meant what I. Never mind. It's level 20. It's a rare, so it's not legendary. It's not exotic. So on the tier of things, it's I guess you would call it like the third tier, because it's just a rare item. Not legendary, not exotic. The fire rate on it is not the fastest for auto rifles. The Shingen E is a faster firing auto rifle, in case you're wondering. They're both very, very good auto rifles. I think the Galahad might do a little bit more damage, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really tested them out yet fully. I just know, just from the way it feels and the way it plays, that they're both great weapons. So, one thing I really wanted to talk about today is kind of some... Look at this horrible lag in this... There's some horrible lag on the Destiny servers yesterday. At least it felt like that. Like, some of the people were lagging pretty bad, and that just right there, my shot was so off. It's my fault. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was some injustices in Destiny, and if they are ever going to fix it. That's kind of what I wanted to throw out there, and see what you guys have to say on the matter, because I've experienced, in my opinion, some injustices. And what I mean by that is, for the amount of time that I've spent playing the game, I don't think I've gotten the adequate reward for playing it. Now, they really make you do all these kind of weird tasks in Destiny. You gotta do bounties for things that you don't really want to do, right? I mean, at least in my opinion. I don't always want to play against the monsters. I'd rather play against, player versus player. That seems like it'd be more fun to me, and it is. It definitely is. But there's just, in order to get certain gear, you have to do a lot of different things, and yeah, I guess there's that in games for like single player games, have you do stupid things to get an achievement. But I don't know how I feel about that. I really like the fact that you can get some gear just by playing player versus player, but I also think it's in my first little injustice, and if you want to call it that, is that you can't just play player versus player and get the same comparable gear as someone who plays a mixture of player versus player and the campaign, or the missions, the strikes, the raids, whatnot. Also, I think that the other injustice is that people who have a lot of good friends or whatever on this game are going to get much better equipment, because they can do the raids, they can do stuff like that, but people that are, going solo, well, they're going to have comparably shittier gear, and that's just a fact. You can play the same amount of time as somebody who plays in a group, and you're going to have worse gear, because that guy plays in a group, he can do raids, he can go in and player versus player and dominate, but that's in every game that you can go solo versus a team. But in Call of Duty and other first-person shooters such as Halo, that really isn't you're not going to be at a disadvantage. You're going to have the same weapons as the other people. But in this game, it's just it's a grind for weapons, and you have to spend just crazy amount of time trying to get them, and you have to do a lot of things that you don't want to do, which, to me, if I'm playing the game, I want to be playing it because I'm doing something that I want to do. I don't want to be doing something that I don't want to do just so I can end up possibly getting something that I can use for player versus player. It's kind of weird. That's one thing I do not like about the game. And so another injustice is that they need to have team chat available, because I don't like going up against a clan who is in a party and they're all talking to each other, and you know, we're just random people in a game. We can't even talk to each other. So, and you know, no one's ever invited me to a fire team in a random game. So, it's, you know, there's no team chat. Team chat is not going. Team chat's not happening right now, and that sucks because it's a crucial part of winning a game is using teamwork, because this is a very teamwork-based game, in my opinion. Team shotting is incredibly effective, and of course strategy in general is going to be very effective, and you can't really utilize strategy if you can't talk to your teammates. So they really need to fix that. I'm hoping they do that sooner rather than later. Hopefully by November, end of November, you know, when these other first-person shooters that are coming out, such as Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Halo Master Chief Collection, that Destiny is, you know, essentially competing for first-person shooters for the time that people spend on these games. They're going to need to step up to the plate and be more comparable with the other titles that do have voice chat. So that's just my personal opinion. So that's kind of another injustice that I would have to say. Anyway, the last one that I was thinking about is the random loot scenario in this game. It's very nobody understands what it is. It's just well, I guess we understand that it's random, and that, you know, that you can get better gear through just just raw number of hours spent and doing the raids or the raid and doing the daily strikes and doing all the bounties, you know, covering all your ground, of course. I mean, but that takes an insane amount of time, as I've said earlier. So they really need to increase the, I don't know. They need to make it somehow that you understand, you know, I got to do this to get that, and it's simple, you know, instead of all this guessing and this randomness. Like exotics are thrown out, for example, at random. I had a friend the other day get an exotic sniper rifle after getting 5 kills in a player versus player match, and in this particular match I had 45 kills. It was in a control on Blind Watch, and you know, it's not my friend's fault that he got that great exotic sniper rifle. What I'm saying is the game needs to understand, it needs to not just hand things out at random. There needs to be some type of basis for handing these things out if they're just going to do it. And I know it's random, but you got to start rewarding people who are getting more points and more score and are playing the objective in a control match, because playing the objectives often can go unnoticed, because yes, capturing increases the number of points that you get, but you can play like a bitch, you can camp, and you can still get a pretty good score. So they really need to do some thinking about what the game is going to be like in years to come. So anyway, that's the end of the commentary. I'm being bombarded here. Somebody's at my door, so I'll sign off. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. You heard it here first.
The Crucible's no place for mercy. Zone B neutralized.
Dude, you actually hear that in like the I just posted a free for all. Like you hear that, like this guy kills me, I was like, oh no, I don't know, like a 12 or 13 streak. And I'm like, oh, he's a fucking wizard.
Enemy captured Zone B. Good work, Guardian.
Oh yeah.
Your light is strong.
Yeah, that was how the guy killed me. He blinked toward me and shotted me. Was quite unexpected, I guess.